Smorgasbord. I'm Tom Vessel.
I'm Joy Evans.
I'm Z Garcia.
He is.
And we are here. We have a couple things. First of all, we're going to do some shout outs to some of our
Shout. Let it on out.
We're going to say thank you to Angela Fortunato.
I know who that is.
I do too.
Hi.
Hey. To Michelle.
Hi.
To Evan Diesel.
Hello.
Nathan Woolridge. Daniel Weltzman. Eric Fontaine. Travis Johnson. And Gene M. Watson.
Oh. Gene N. M. Like Moriarty.
Yes. The doctor.
Related.
The real doctor.
I understand, but that's where it gets twisty.
I
See what
agree.
I'm saying? Watson is Moriarty.
What?
You sabotage from within. Elementary.
When M. Night Shyamalan does Sherlock.
Yeah.
He doesn't do movies anymore.
Yeah, he does.
How good ones.
Well, I know that. All right. Okay, so, hey, also, we want to talk about a contest. And this contest has already been running. We did, several weeks ago, the 12 Games of Christmas, which some people got annoyed about. They were like, wow, how can you talk about it early? Because you should do your Christmas shopping early.
Yes.
I need to tell my family to give me the Christmas list.
Just
I need to do Christmas shopping early. But anyhow, in that, we started a contest. That contest is still running now.
Oh.
So we're giving away 10 games. The games from, one game from each of the 12 Games of Christmas videos. Well, not from the gamer who has everything. We're not giving you a table.
or printer.
Right. But there's also a grand prize, a trip for two, a paid trip for two, all expense paid trip for two to the Above Board TV studios in California.
Ooh.
So this is available to anyone in the U.S. And to enter this, all you have to do is watch Above Board's video, Extreme Board Gaming with Sharks, and comment on that video. Your comment is your entry. One entry per household. And only your first comment is counted. I got people checking these things. So we're going to go all the way up to December 31st with this contest, so you have till the end of the year. So good luck.
All right. Sharkies.
Sharky.
I think that's all the stuff in the intro. I do want to mention a couple other things here, folks. First of all, if you go to our website right now, you can vote on our top 10 games of the year. In 2 weeks from tomorrow, we're going to tell you what that list is. But you need to have that done by Monday because we need to put that list together.
Right.
So go in and vote for your top 10. We're going to be having voting on the website again for top 10s and such. And once that voting for that's done, we're going to be putting up voting for the best games of all time, which is happening in January.
What?
I know.
All time? That's a long time.
It isn't. It's not as long as you might think.
That's fair.
We know this because we just did the Hall of Fame.
Okay. Way to burst my bubble.
Pop, fizz, fizz. Anyhow,
Relief.
you would know that.
I would.
Anyhow, so that's something. And also, we're having a contest of our own, another contest where you can win a big box of stuff from the Dice Tower.
Yes.
All you got to do is email me at tom@dicetower.com and tell me a blooper or something funny from the year. You need to give me a link to the video and the time when it happened. So send it to me, and you might win.
Do you want the subject to say something specific?
Nope. If you just say a blooper or something like that, I got it. We're not getting that many.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Any subject you want to. Make it fun.
No, let's not. Z is ruining this now.
I'm
Joey,
not doing anything. I merely was trying to facilitate your job.
You were the catalyst.
That was
Oh, okay.
gonna
I've
be
been
some
called,
fun
also
ones.
been called worse. Catalyst is pretty good, actually. Catalyst
All right.
Jackson.
Well, we got a lot of
Good name.
stuff to do.
It's a strong name.
Here we go. All right, we have a lot of news, so we're going to jump right into it.
Okay.
So we're going to start with the negative news first.
Oh boy.
So the first piece of negative news, University and Forbidden Games are suing each other for breach of contract.
Right.
University Games bought, basically, Forbidden Games, which is run by Glenn Drover, made a bunch of games like Mosaic and Raccoon Tycoon and things like that. And so you can go read into that. I don't know enough about the subject to talk about it more than they're just kind of suing each other. So you can go read them. Hopefully this is resolved peacefully and out of court.
Amicably.
Amicably. And peacefully.
Nah, just go for amicably.
I don't think you can be amicable but not peaceful.
Sure you can.
You can be
absolutely.
You can be nice in a war, right?
Yeah, you can be nice and
War
violent.
I
Yeah.
just blew up your house. Good chap.
My good
you can
man.
stay with me now.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, yeah.
Some of the best villains actually are.
They are.
They're
Thanos?
not peaceful, but they are amicable, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Top 3 amicable villains. Amicable
Oh, it's like that guy from the movie where they kill Hitler. Inglorious.
Tom Cruise one?
Gloria, yeah, that one.
Oh.
Yeah, because he's like sitting there like, hey, how's life going?
Yeah, he's like really like evil, though,
right.
yeah.
There's 2 words that. Inglorious. Yeah.
Anyway, Ravensburger is our next piece of news. So Ravensburger is just not having a great year.
What's going on now?
At least public relations.
yeah, okay,
At least public relations. They're definitely making money.
Yeah.
But they released Lorcana, which had kind of a bungled release to some degree. And kind of, I mean, they sold tons of it at Gen Con, and it's been selling out in stores. I barely see it anywhere. The first series sold out. They re-released it. The second series came out. And what happened was their website got hit by a DDoS thing because they allowed people to buy stuff from their website. So you could go on and pre-order.
Got it.
So much stuff came through, and obviously people deliberately triggered it, right? That they basically said, we're sorry, we lost everyone's orders.
They're trying to
Oh, are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding.
do. It's like that's why we can't have nice things. They're like, you know what? You guys complained. We're going to do it online. Whew. Yeah. Everyone's orders.
Yeah, it said in the short term, we'll be reallocating Rise of the Floodborne item quantities to other channels to ensure that those products are purchasable during the holiday season. So they're trying to make, in the medium and long term, we're taking all steps necessary to define a clear roadmap to ensure our future website launches are successful.
Are you kidding me?
Well, it's not.
That's
technically,
crazy.
it's not their fault. This distributed denial of service attack, they got hit by that. But that's people were in queues for several hours, unable to purchase cards, while bots cleaned out the shelves. So this game is too popular. Really.
So somebody
it needs
said-
to calm down.
Somebody said, I don't want to go to a con and wait in line. I'm going to do it at home and wait in line. And then eventually not. Oh, man.
Yeah,
that's
the problem
rough.
is online, right? You can do that.
Yeah.
Just denial of service attacks, yeah. Oof.
So hopefully they get this by the third set.
Wow.
Also, it's selling out everywhere. It's hard to find. Blah blah blah.
Is it at brick and mortars, though, now, too?
Yeah, it was
Have
supposed
you
to be.
seen it anywhere?
It was supposed to be at our cool stuff this Tuesday. We didn't go. Oh no, this last Friday I think was the release date. I don't know.
You haven't
Jason
seen it
will
in
go.
person anywhere?
I have not. Jason,
Jason probably went. He was here.
he didn't bring him to show us.
Oh, you probably didn't ask.
I will not.
You probably had him on his person.
He probably did. Okay,
Huh, okay.
let's go to the positive stuff. Azul World Tournament taking place in bathrooms everywhere. Now, the Azul World Tournament here is actually going to happen. Let me see here. It's going to be a hybrid event. There's qualifiers being played in a Board Game Arena website.
Okay.
And the finals are being played in Lisbon, Portugal.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
They
Really?
went all out for this.
There's qualifying rounds on January 27th, 28th, and February 4th. Each will be a single elimination 4-player game. The highest score at the end of each game is the winner. They move to the next round. You keep going till they get 4 players to the finals. The final 4 will then have a chance to be flown to Lisbon for the final playoff. To get involved, you have to be a legal adult in your home country. I like that. You have to be a legal adult in your home country. In our country, when you're 12, you're fine. You have
It
to
is
have
different in different parts
It
of
is
the world.
interesting. You have to have 150 ELO player rating on Board Game Arena. Now, I don't play on Board Game Arena enough to remember what the ELO. I mean, I guess that means you have to play enough. You can't. I
Like
guess it
start
can't
an
be like a
account.
new account. I don't know what that means.
That makes sense.
Have a valid passport. No kidding.
Right.
Able to get a visa. Well, have fun, Americans. Getting visas these days is a pain in the neck. And it's going to be early April 2024. So this is obviously
That
a
is
joint thing
cool.
between Plan B and Board Game Arena. It is cool. Board Game Arena, to
On
me,
location.
is the dark horse winner of the online games.
Over at TTS, I haven't used any of them.
Yeah, because when 2020 came, everyone went online.
Right.
And it was like, did you play Tabletop Simulator? Or do you play, what was the other one?
Yucatan? I don't know.
Not Yucata. No, the tabletop. There was another one there, and then it was like, or you could play on the Board Game Arena.
Yeah.
Board Game Arena was definitely here in the thing, and they have way surpassed Tabletop Simulator. I don't know what happened.
Like people and quality, you think? Just both?
It's different. Tabletop Simulator, you can actually, like, there's a physical game. Tabletop Simulator spent time that you can flip a table, which is a waste of time.
Right. Yeah.
But Board Game Arena is more of a, like, in Tabletop Simulator, you need to know how to play the game.
Okay.
Like if you make a rules mistake, I need to catch you making a rules mistake. Board Game Arena won't allow you.
That's nice.
But it doesn't look
like
as
that.
nice.
Yeah, the game is implemented into Board Game Arena.
And Tabletop Simulator,
Okay.
anybody
It's a
can go
sandbox.
on. You use Tabletop
That's
Simulator,
nice.
right?
Yeah, it's really good for prototyping because you can put the stuff in it really easily, but you can move things around, however. It's just a physics engine. It's not a game engine.
Right, it doesn't enforce the rules, although you can build sets into it. And I think the other thing is Board Game Arena went and got licenses. They got people to
Yeah, that's
get in the
huge.
thing, and that's a big deal, especially if they have Asmodee on board, you know.
Oh.
So
Tabletopia is the other one, probably, yeah.
that was at Tabletopia, right. But I'm saying,
Yucata.de.
that was way back in the day. I'm just saying, I wasn't expecting Board Game Arena to be the winner.
Sure.
Right.
So it works.
They're the winners.
It's neat playing on location and stuff, like a Zool type thing.
Yeah,
I do
man.
like that. All right, Algae Incorporated is a new game. You're managing a department of a company that produces and processes different kinds of algae into cosmetics, bioplastics, and biodiesel fuel.
Really?
So this is from Game Brewer. It's coming out in 2024. I would guess October.
I don't
But
think I recognize those names of designers.
the designers are Julia Thyman and Christoph Wag.
I
So
don't think so.
let's look up Christoph Wag because I can pronounce that one. I must have spelled that wrong. I can't spell at all.
Huh. I don't know about that theme. That's a weird
What,
theme.
algae?
It's kind of a different theme, right?
I
Yeah.
like it.
Using algae for all these applications in science and you know, the
Is that name spelled correctly? I don't know
it's
because
gotta be
A-L-G-A-E.
on the box, I assume it is.
let me just look here.
Algae, there you go.
Oh, it's Waage, but that's what I thought I put in.
You put an E at the end. Go ahead. Of Christoph.
Anyhow,
Like it.
yeah. So Christoph has also designed nothing. This Kunterpunkt, you never heard of that. And Julia's she also did this other game. This
Okay, so they work together.
it's
Okay.
a roll and write game about marketing specific bugs that came out in 2022 from.
So they're basically
French
new
Bulldog.
designers.
Oh, that's
Okay.
cool.
Okay, cool. It's a weird theme, but it is a different theme. I don't necessarily I'm loving it, but I like that it's distinct.
Right.
Right, Lockdown.
There we go.
This came out in 2022 from French publisher Guri. It's a semi-cooperative horror-themed game. Asmodee is going to be releasing the retail version of this game.
Okay, I'm listening.
So this is designed by the same guy who did City of Horror and Mall of Horror.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Wow, really?
Yep. In Lockdown, you are one of several families that are locked in a mall during a monster outbreak. A monster outbreak? Okay. Anyway,
Just
monsters
whatever.
that love to chew on human flesh.
Is
Okay,
zombie
so
like
this is,
copyrighted?
No,
like-
they're not zombies. They're other flesh-eating monsters that
This
have you
is-
trapped in a mall.
This is a reprint, basically, isn't it? This is like
Mall
a
of Horror?
reworking of.
Well, here's the thing,
City
though. It
Horror
says the
Mall of
game
Horror.
has
Okay.
21 different possible endings and 20 different game variations to be unlocked.
I'm assuming again, this designer seems to be someone who iterates as opposed to like build something brand new. I'm assuming this is an evolution of that.
It's coming into retail on December 15th of this year.
What?
So, I
It's like
know.
out
Really?
in a couple weeks.
All right.
I'm
I'm all over lockdown.
Did you guys play City of Horror or Mall of Horror?
Yes.
Those are both like out of print, like far out of print. right?
Very.
Yes.
Yeah, I got one. I ordered one on eBay, and it was really fake.
You ever play it?
No, it was really fake. It was like,
Oh, you bought a fake one.
oh yeah, I didn't know it was fake, but I was like, I finally found a good price. It was like really fake, so it was unplayable. But are they good?
Yeah. But you have to get into this, they're like very much into the spirit of the game.
Yeah. Right.
Essentially,
Okay.
you have a few people in a room, and the zombies are going to break into one of the rooms. They break into this room, and we're like, okay, now the people in that room vote who gets thrown to the zombies, and everybody else runs.
Really?
Yes.
It's a voting game, yeah.
And if you have a gun, you get 2 votes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not kidding. That's
Pretty
the game.
awesome. Okay.
All right. We got 2 trick-taking games here from, well, Taylor Rayner, who you might know from Taylor's Trick-Taking Table, which is a YouTube channel specifically about trick-taking games. And I'm amazed. He does a good job. I'm amazed that there's that many games to have a whole channel about, but there definitely is. Well, he
So
designed a couple of his own, along with Sai Beppu, I think. I don't know how to pronounce that. So the first one is Short Zoot Suit, which is one of the greatest themes ever in a game, or Of What's Left. An almost shedding climbing game.
I can't wait for Zoot Suit to come back. It's going to happen.
There's going to be a riot. These look cute.
They do.
All right, well, I mean, he knows his stuff. I don't know Sai Beppu as a designer, but Taylor is clearly very well-versed in trick-taking games. So,
These are coming out.
again, no one, who else who's a designer has that deep of a bench in one genre that
That's
they're
the
making
thing.
games for?
You know he's playing games thinking, I wish it had this. I wish it had this.
Yeah,
Now that
so-
can culminate into something.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I assume even if they're not, assuming they're not original, and they might be very original, but it's going to have to be like a greatest hits.
Right.
If not original, you know what I mean? So I'm excited for this.
Yeah.
I love the name of this company from Japan, though. They're Gotcha Gotcha Games. That's a great
Very nice.
name for a company.
GG.
GG.
All right.
My turn.
So what's one of the most famous?
Sai Beppu is the artist.
Oh, okay. She's the artist. Thank you, Mike.
She does a lot of art for Japanese games. Oh, okay, cool.
That's odd that they don't differentiate that on the cover, but all right. Well,
True.
There's an X.
yeah, but I don't know which one's which, right? I guess designer is always first, probably. But all right. So what's one of the themes from 2023?
Nature, right? I mean,
Well, no, nature killing humans, or because if there's been several games that have come out this year that have been post-apocalyptic, like After Us
after us.
and Apiary. The bees are.
Oh, is that what
Yeah,
that is?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
and there was
yeah.
that,
bees.
and then there was that one where there's cats that took over the world after all humans died.
Mlem?
Well, here's another one. This is a game you are playing as a sentient, intelligent animal tribe exploring areas in a bright post-humanity world. I just find it
the same.
fascinating that humans are so obsessed with
Getting
ourselves
destroyed?
dying.
Yeah. I'm
Come
like-
on now.
We're like, we deserve it. It's going to happen.
Come on now.
It's like,
That's a very positive message. Anyway, the art on this looks good. You're going to take
cover.
control of different areas, unlocking tiles, building settlements.
Is that
a tech
curling?
tree.
is that guy curling? He is, isn't he? He's just, yeah.
The big gorilla fella?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just getting ready.
Pumping iron.
Wow.
Has 150 basic and advanced exploration cards and 40 unique specialist cards. So there's every new strategies every game. I know when there's a lot of cards, you get like, ooh.
Oh, yes. How many of them are big old monkeys?
So this is coming from Horizon Games. How do we know Horizon Games? Let's take a look. Horizon. Oops, I can't spell today at all.
Yeah, there's a lot
Horizon
of.
Games. That's the wrong Horizon Games. There is many Horizon Games.
It is pretty funny. Somebody mentioned that's like Yogi Bear there, Rabbit from
Lord, what's the name
Zootopia,
of
Just look up the game.
the ape from Sing, the dad. Yeah.
The ape from Sing.
Well, the little rabbit in the back looks like the one from Zootopia.
Yeah. It's like,
What's her name? Officer Hops.
Huh.
you knew her name?
This is their only game, but it does say they're formerly Nordic Studios.
Oh. Viking. I guess
That
Viking.
always. There's nothing from Nordic. Well, okay.
That's a good name, though.
Interesting. This looks cool. I am
Same here.
interested. Especially if it's a bunch of cards is what the game is. I'm interested.
But for them taking over, it still looks nice. They did a good job.
I know,
cleaning it
no,
back
they're
up afterwards.
upkeeping well.
Yeah, better than us. So
There's no fecal matter anywhere I can see.
No, I think it's a step up for the world.
You know, and the question still stands:
just fell
Does a
into
bear does a bear poop
can't
in
wait.
the woods? I guess it does.
You're like,
'cause
I guess I got help them along then. All right.
I,
All
for
right.
one, welcome more animal
Next one
overlords.
is a very, very. This game is getting a lot of buzz behind the scenes, and this game is called Gome Hollow. This game, not loving the cover, but Gome Hollow
Look.
has been getting a lot of buzz from designer illustrator Ammon Anderson, and it was so popular that multiple publishers were fighting over who got the rights to the game, and
Really?
the op won out. It's coming to retail in Q3 of next year. So it's another. Is this another mushroom game? A little bit. Yep, another harvesting mushroom game. That's it. Mushroom themes is in.
Yeah, it's the new.
Especially when the mushrooms take over.
It's a matter of
That's
time.
next.
It's a matter of time.
Post-apocalyptic.
Which that could happen, sadly. The world will be all
No,
mushrooms.
how? That's
eventually.
Wait,
interesting.
isn't that TV show
About mushrooms?
Last of Us.
The Last of Us? They're kind of mushrooms that.
They have a parasite, I think is what the premise is, that lives in your brain and sort of looks mushroomy, which is based on a real thing, apparently.
It's not zombies?
Technically.
Okay.
Yeah, they're fast mushroom zombies things.
That would have been a good name right
Anyway,
Yeah.
let's see. This one looks good.
Much catchier.
there. Fast mushroom zombies.
All right, this next pretty cover is from Pencil First, who they like making pretty covers. Snowfall Over Mountains. So this is in that same line of Herbaceous, Forforus,
Yeah, yeah.
etc.
Oh,
I feel like I've
that's-
heard of this one, though.
This is a solitaire game. You're going to set out from your cabin to follow paths, look for animal tracks, and find plants. Enjoy the solitude of a calm walk through the snow. And I will say, I don't
Miss shoveling that?
I don't miss snow at all. But there is something to be said when you're out in the morning, no one else is, and you walk through fresh snow. I know
Yeah.
that feeling. As you just crunch into snow. That's like pristine. That's pretty neat.
After a full snowfall. But a week and a half in, you're like, this is stupid.
no, I'm with you.
Yeah.
And I was sad that I had to wear a jacket this week.
I know. You complained about it. You're like, this is ridiculous.
It was 58 yesterday.
It was like 65. And Tom's like, this is stupid.
Beautiful. I wish it would stay.
Jacket weather.
All right. Another game here from Helvetique, Alpina.
Oh, wow.
This is a May 2024 release. You're going to explore a Swiss National Park with a camera around your neck to photograph animals. That theme's been done to death.
I recognize that designer's name, but I can't place that.
That bird can turn his neck around really far. That's all I get out of that.
Man, I am
Alpina?
not remembering anything today. His name is Luc Raymond. Oh, he's the first one to pop up here. He did Sky Team.
Okay.
Oh, really?
and Splitto and Fruitoplay.
Huh.
And of course, very popular Farm and Furious.
Yeah, this was one of the designers on Camilla's top 10 upcoming designers list.
All right, well, there you
So I
go.
remember her mentioning Fruitoplay and Sky Team. Yeah, cool. You're right though. That theme.
Yeah, I don't care about that theme at all anymore. There's just too much of it. Also, the next theme, a small game from Helvetique, which I don't particularly like their small games, but this one here, Odin, which will pop up eventually, is a little game. You know these designers. Gary Kim, Hope Huang, Johan Go. This one, I don't know anything about the game. The name doesn't impress me. The little Helvetique doesn't impress me, but those designers impress me. I like Hope Huang and Gary Kim for sure. I like their stuff a lot.
This could be very cool. Yeah. Ooh, okay.
That looks like Caesar vs. Cleopatra almost, a little bit of the...
Yeah, no, I like that. That's one I'll have to look into.
Now look at this next game called Hit. This is from Ravensburg.
Oh, this is classic.
Snap,
Yeah.
son. Parcheesi who?
You can pop down the die. Oh, I want the pop up on this one.
Yes, but listen to what this is. This is a
I'm ready.
deck building Parcheesi game. You know you want it.
Really?
What a terrible cover, though. Oh,
I'm
my
all about
word.
this, okay? I'm getting this, and I'm playing with my mama.
Does she like Parcheesi?
She loves Parcheesi. That was how.
I hate Parcheesi.
Well,
Yeah.
again, this was like we used to play Parcheesi when there was like nothing else but
Nostalgia.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, I think she would still like it.
You
You know what I
would?
mean? But
Does she like Sorry?
that's an American game. I don't think we ever played that. You know what I mean? Like,
Never once said it.
But this is interesting. Like I do wonder, like if this is language independent, if the cards don't have writing, I bet I could play this with her. And
That's true.
At that point, I'm like, I'm showing my mom a deck building game. That's kind of mind blowing. Okay. So yes, don't let me down, Ravensburger.
Wow.
All right.
Don't let my mom down, you animals.
Avanti is the next game. I believe this is designed by the same... No, I don't know. Anyway, Avanti is... one of the designers is Stefan Dora. And this when you're going on vacation with your friends, but you're only finding out where you're traveling only if you combine clues as to where you're not going. So it's a deduction style game, which remind that where you're not going is very similar to Tobago, right?
Yeah.
I guess so. Yeah.
That'd be... I guess is that like where Dad is the driving? You're like, where are we going?
Don't worry about
Are we
it.
going to Disney? No. Okay.
Give you a hint. You can
Is
buy
it an
things there.
amusement park?
That's. Oh, so
My
your
parents
answer.
never told us we went anywhere when I was a kid because they didn't. Sometimes my dad would just drive.
Really?
He would. I hated it. I still hate it. I don't know why anyone would go out and drive for 2 hours for fun, but my dad did that. Can't afford to these days anyway.
Yeah.
But he would drive, so they never told us. So every time we got in the car, we were like, I hope it's somewhere good. I hope it's not just a drive.
Yeah, my dad used to do that, like, when I was little. He'd be like, he had a bicycle, but he'd be like, you want to come with? I'm like, where are we going? He wouldn't. He'd be like, do you want to come or not? It's a matter. I hated that so much.
There's
You
no
just gave me a
mystery
big
to you?
flashback
You're
of
like-
that. Huh?
There's no mystery. Like, I can't wait to see where we're going. It's more like,
No, I want to know or I won't go. If it's some garbage, you're going to go to, like, some neighbor and pick up,
That's
bolts.
true.
I'm like, no. Why would I want to go to that?
You know, I say that, but I still do it with my kids. I'm like, do you want to go? I'm going. Where are we going? Doesn't matter.
Yes! Oh, you remind me of my father.
Yes, but you want the company of your kids.
I hated my father. No, I'm kidding.
Right.
Dad, I love you. He's not watching this.
Echoes. So Echoes. Me and Mike were talking about this morning. I'm like, I'm
Ooh.
surprised Echoes is still coming
Echoes
out.
apparently is a big seller, though.
I like
Yeah, Matthew Dunstan released how much money he makes, and 33% of his income comes from Echoes.
Really?
Dude, this is a hit. Like,
That's
it's insane to me. I know. Either that or
crazy.
he's really broke. You know what I mean?
Good point. Yeah, I can go either way.
Anyway, this is a new one coming out with the Oracle. So you're going to listen. Basically, if you've never played one of these, you listen to a bunch of sounds, and then you got to put cards in order. It's fine.
Do the ballerina one. It's dark.
You played that one?
Yeah, you played that one?
I'm not. I played one. I'm good.
Okay, the other one is like, you're like, oh, that's just really, I had to go cry a little bit.
All right, well. Anno 1800 is getting an expansion.
Hello.
I still haven't played Anno 1800.
Oh, that's a
Ooh.
cool blimp.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is going to have additional ship tiles, island expansions, and population tiles. You played Anno 1800, right? That was the Euroist game you've ever
It's
played.
very Euro. It's based on a video game.
About a blimp?
No, I know 1800 is like one of those city building.
Isn't that where you change
okay.
this to this to this to this to this to this, if I remember
Okay.
correctly?
In the board game, you certainly do, and there's people, characters you hire, and whatnot. It took a bit to wrap our heads around, but yeah, it's a video game, one of those optimization video game type computer
Okay.
games.
This I find to be interesting. My City is coming online. So it's
Huh.
coming to Android and iOS. I find it to be interesting because I think this is where it would shine for me.
This is a legacy one, right?
Yes, I liked My City fine, and My Island less so. But the legacy aspect, I was like, it's fine, you know. But I could see myself playing this
All right.
Yeah.
over and over and over again on my thing. That'd be
Wow.
fun.
I
I'm
like
gonna
they're
do it
showing
on what's happening. Then I'm gonna rock it.
They're showing it on a phone rather than most games are better on a tablet. They're showing it on a phone, so hopefully it
Yeah.
plays on a
You'll
phone.
be surprised how many people play games on the phone, though.
It's so small.
I get it. I don't get it
Gotta
at
get
all.
one of them big ones.
Yeah.
Pro Plus Max.
All
That's a
right.
tablet.
Trio,
Yeah,
which is a
that's-
game that many people here in the studio like, is coming from a new U.S. publisher called Happy Camper. So we got an English version of this, which doesn't mean anything because there's no text on the cards anyway. But and I have an
Mama
English-
can play this too. Then.
Yeah, so I believe Trio's already been reviewed in the Dice Tower.
Yes.
Yeah, very positively. I'm not as thrilled as everybody else is. I think it's fine. So,
All right.
The Crew! A new Crew game is coming out. Swiss Family
Oh,
Robinson, not
really?
final cover. Okay.
Oh, that's cool. Really?
Or even considered. Wow, I feel bad for the guy that drew this.
I'm pretty sure Mike just put the book cover on top
Oh,
of the
okay,
game.
that's great.
So anyway.
Oh man, they got me excited for that look. I love that look.
I do.
Okay, well anyhow,
Oh, never. Mike's a jerk.
this is
Ah.
let's see here. So there's been two crews. The first one was space. The second one was the deep sea. And now in 2024, you're going to help a stranded family survive on a remote island. You're going to have to find your way eating, sleep, making decisions in order to advance the storyline. I'm wondering if there actually might be a bit of theme in this one. Well, I don't know. I mean, It makes it sound that way.
So did the other ones.
That's true.
Yeah.
I don't know if it does. Maybe some people in the chat have done it. There's that book with the crew, and they have these paragraphs like,
Oh, they do to make it.
Yeah, there's like a whole paragraph. Like,
Really? That's the thing? There's like passages you read in the game?
yeah, because it tells you what you're doing. You're fixing this thing on a bobber. I've never once read them.
Oh, okay.
But does anyone in chat, has anyone done that? Do you get into the theme of the crew? All right, 3 big pieces of news here. Here we go. First of all, Cascadia has 2 roll and write games coming, which are going to make a lot of money.
Now here's one
Also,
thing.
that Cascadia Bear Rolling Rivers is one of my favorite covers. That's a great cover.
Yeah, that's
I was
really
very
nice.
confused by this. Are these 2 different games?
2 standalone games with similar rules but slightly unique content.
Really?
So basically, Railroad Inc.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
I wonder if they're compatible, cross-compatible.
No, a bear and a fox can't.
Oh my gosh.
That would be a really cool animal, though.
Ew.
A box.
The bo-
Or a fear.
Oh!
Both words are already taking. If
You
it's
don't
called
know
a
what's
fear-
coming out.
Yeah, you get a fear animal, like a bear with the stealth of a fox, the cunning of a fox with the strength of a bear.
That's a superhero.
I need to write this down for the RPG later on.
You come across a box. We're like, that's not so bad. It mauls you. We're like, wait, what?
That would be good.
Anyway, I'm sure this will be very, very popular. You can go read online about how it works.
It looks good.
Yeah.
Oh, this is coming to a Kickstarter campaign? Less
Yeah,
interesting.
early 2024, yeah.
Oh, I do Kickstarter that too. It's like, okay.
It'll be a
If it was
free-to-play
print
option.
and play, you'd be all over it.
All right. Missborne, one of the greatest
Ooh.
book series ever written, is turning into a deck building game from John DeClaire and Brotherwise Games. I'm in. 10 out of 10.
Who wrote Missborne? Is that your guy?
Brandon
Yeah.
Sanderson, oh yeah.
Ah.
Yeah,
it's a
Tom's
great
big
series where
BFF.
basically people
Superhero
can
again?
manipulate metal.
Really?
So they call them, that shows in the picture there, she's a coin shot. So they carry like coins with them, and then they can like just shoot those coins out and attack people. Later on, it's really good because he writes it in the fantasy world, they use coins. Once they get to fantasy world, he like jumps ahead 100 years or so to Western world, and then they start manipulating bullets. So like they can shoot a bullet, but you can curve it and things like that.
Really?
Yeah, it's really cool. It's a great series. You should read it. You don't read, but if you did read, you should read it.
I will listen to the audiobook.
In
Anyway.
this world, they went from like fantasy world, medieval, and then eventually they got to a Western setting.
Like a time jump type
Yeah,
thing?
no, well, he wrote a series of books, and then he
Is it
just
set in a
jumped.
different world or alternate our world?
It's its own world. It's its own world,
Like not Earth.
not Earth. But yeah, he jumped ahead, and now he's finished with that Western series. Now he's jumping into modern times. I think it's really cool. There's like it's a whole new cast of characters in the Western one, but they mention things that have happened in the previous one.
So
I
you're
thought that
like
was kinda
Sanderson,
cool.
John DeClaire, you're like, yeah, I'm in.
Sanderson, John DeClaire, and John DeClaire has worked well with Brotherwise. Not spoilering because the review goes up.
Oh, Empire's
I think
End?
today, Empire's End. So
What'd you give it?
but I'm excited about this.
I need to. I
Also,
need
the
to
deck building
read.
game.
I need to try another Sanderson book. This series sounds dorky, but you've said it's really good, and it is like one of his most popular.
Did you read The
things.
Reckoners?
I read like half of the first one.
Okay.
I get
The
why.
writing was so pedestrian. I thought it was weird because, again, he gets all this love and attention, and he knocks them out, and oh my goodness. But his writing's very
I get.
pedestrian's the best
Is it
word.
young adult?
I get why you would say that because The Reckoners is young adult. I just reread The Reckoners last week, and I was like, wow, he definitely wrote this for teenagers. I like it, but it's definitely the main character's like a little bit.
Okay, all right.
Like he
well,
makes bad metaphors, and that's his
that's
his shtick, you know.
Right.
So is this more written for adults then?
yeah.
All right.
Okay, I'll try it, Tom. I'm gonna try. Stupid.
Unmatched.
bastard. Get
The
up here.
Witcher is coming to Unmatched.
Yeah.
Ooh, that lady could have tossed a coin
Yeah.
to The Witcher.
Yes.
It's a combo.
Oh.
Toss a coin to. Here you go, Witcher. Take the coin. Anyway, there's 2 new sets coming. They're called Steel and Silver and Realms Fall. Each will have 3 hero decks and 2 unique battlefields. I wonder.
Really?
So they're going to have The Witcher
6 characters?
in one.
The more interesting thing is each one has 2 battlefields. They stopped doing that a while ago.
Well, that makes you happy, right?
That can't be right. Because for forever now they've been doing one battlefield in the old look,
But it's flipped, right?
and in the reverse is the same battlefield in the new sort of just thin outline look.
That's probably what they're talking about. Then.
That's probably what they're talking about.
The
Yeah,
flip, yeah.
But that's cool. So 2 sets of 3 like they did for Marvel.
I was trying to think what 6 you'd grab. The Bard's
The
gonna be in there.
Witcher,
Right.
Yennefer, some of the other ones.
I know, now you're tapped, right?
Well, that's the thing, though, right? They're going to have to put The Witcher and 2 low characters in one set.
Right.
Correct.
And then Yennefer, what's the princess's name?
Ciri.
Yeah, they have to put those 2.
I think that's the wrong one.
And then the guy who sings in the third set. In the other
Yeah.
set.
The Bard guy?
Yeah, those 3 have to be in one set. And The Witcher. Oh, no, they said there's villains.
Did the Bard guy ever fight?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Kingslayer.
No, I don't think that's what it is.
Really?
Alrighty, well, there you go, folks. That is coming out next year. I was hoping, the one thing that they didn't announce in this, I was hoping that would be here, would be another, like, I would like to see them release a Witcher set and then a Witcher in the cooperative game setting.
Oh.
See, that would be cool. If you
Yeah.
did that.
That, I cannot wait for them to put out
More.
another cooperative big one.
I
yeah.
really want more of that.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Well, that, folks, is the news.
This is a segment where we take a look at a board game based on an IP, and I tell you if the IP and the mechanisms match. Today we're looking at Bob Ross, The Art of Chill.
The first thing you'll do is you'll have Bob Ross set up, and you'll be competing against him. If he ever makes it to the end of this track, then he's finished, and you'll move on to the next painting. Or if somebody painted all 3 of these that are on here, then that painting will be finished, move on to the next one. So the first thing you do on each turn is you're going to roll the dice and do what it says. After you roll the dice, you will have access to 3 actions unless something gives you more. The first thing you do is take an art supply card. You can take one of these face-up cards or a random one from the top of the deck. Think Ticket to Ride right here. Second possible action is will utilize your palette. If you had a card in your hand, you may put it on your palette. The last one is paint a feature. This is going to be really with the grunt of the game here, what you're trying to do. So each painting will have 3 different options of different combinations. So here you need yellow, white, and blue, and this type of paintbrush. You can see the different options. When your scoring marker gets to chill, that means you win the game, and you will be able to tell everybody you're friends with Bob Ross.
Many of us grew up watching Bob Ross paint, and I guess maybe some people painted along with him. I guess that was the concept of the show, and that's kind of what you're doing here. You're painting with Bob Ross, but you want to paint quicker than him, which pulls out of the theme just a little bit. So you're going to be painting pictures with Bob Ross and applying that with the different colors of paints and moving up along him. There is a little bit of a loss in the thematic purpose of trying to get ahead of him and not painting just what he is painting on the screen. But the rest of it, like painting and having the different colors, and having Bob Ross in it, is all going to have a progression of what amounts to a fairly good mass market board game. This is one that kind of surprised people when it came out. There were 2 Bob Ross games. One I haven't played, but this is the one that kind of stood out as being the champion of the 2. And it's a very fun experience as you're going through. And for the most part, the IP and the mechanisms do match as you're painting up the pictures. And then you're rolling the dice to move Bob Ross. That's where it kind of leaves me a little bit and leads you down a path that maybe thematically it isn't there as much as it could be. But other than that, a very solid appearance here from Bob Ross, The Art of Chill.
Halloween movies.
That's what it is, right?
Today we're doing our top 3 Christmas movies.
Whoops.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Good thing Die Hard is a Halloween movie.
I was about to say, I have Sam Healy's list with me. It's Die Hard, Die Hard, Die Hard.
Die Hard 1, Die Hard 2, Die Harder, and Die Hard 3, Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Die Hard 3 definitely did not take place during Christmas.
Oh, 100% it did.
Oh, that was in the airport one, was it?
The airport one's two.
one's 2.
2, okay.
Very
And that
underrated,
was-
actually.
that was
It is.
Christmas.
That was good.
And then Die Hard 3
Well, Samuel L. Jackson, wasn't it?
is Christmas in July.
Christmas time. All right. So there's a ton of Christmas movies out there. This is a hard one to do, I suppose. There's
I
a
will
lot of
say
them.
this.
Yeah.
I'm going to come right out and say it because I'm not a big Christmas movie person.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not. Maybe my holiday spirit is on life support.
Yeah, right?
But I'm not someone who I'm like, ooh, Christmas is coming around. Time to watch all these nostalgic Christmas movies. For me, this was a hard list to put together.
You better go first.
It
then.
actually was. Like, I had to go through a bunch and be like,
So you had a hard time making 3. I had a hard time
Limiting.
limiting it.
I did
to
too.
no, I really did have a
All right,
hard
well, you
time
go
getting
first, then.
3.
Wow.
My third is my newest discovery. And it sort of is one of those weird off the beaten path kind of picks in the vein of that violent Christmas movie. It's like Die Hard also kind of. Well, this is a movie called Fat Man. I don't know if you guys have seen it.
I've heard of it.
What?
It's got Mel Gibson as Santa Claus.
This is the greatest pick. I really want
It's
to
Mel
watch
Gibson
this
as
now.
Santa Claus. He's struggling to make ends meet. Has to take out a government contract job.
What?
And there's a contract killer, and then somebody takes out a hit on Santa Claus, and there's a contract killer coming after Santa. Okay?
I saw the trailer for
The
this.
movie is very funny, but it's not played for laughs. Like, they play it
Really?
very straight. It's basically Mel Gibson doing his best Mel Gibson, weathered, rugged, got the deep voice. But the stuff they're saying, again, played not for laughs. He's like, it's just ridiculous.
Does he have any magical powers?
No, he's just a dude. He
Really?
ages slowly, I guess. I mean, like, because he's been doing it a long time. That's it.
Okay, so he has long life, and that's it.
Yeah, that's it. But it's like, the bad guy, like the not serial killer, the contract killer, he'll be like, there's one part they're like in the snow, and he finally makes it to this compound, takes out a bunch of military dudes, finds him in the distance. He's like, I'm coming for you, fat man! Because he really hates Santa, too. He's very glad that there's a contract to kill him, because
Who plays the
killer is Walton
Lundgren.
Goggins.
Oh man! I gotta watch this now.
He nails it. He's so good. But then he's like, I'm killing you. I'm coming for you, fat man. And Mel Gibson's like, you think you're the first one to try? Clack, clack. It's like so ridiculous.
Are there elves in the movie?
Yeah.
Oh my word!
Yeah, there are elves.
Okay, all right.
This movie is a very adult, very serious, hilarious movie.
Really?
Played not for laughs. Very slow burn, too.
You also just put it to the number one on his one.
Oh, I know.
You should
That's my
see
most
it.
anticipated Christmas movies. Number
Okay,
one.
there you go. We'll have to make that happen. We'll get
That's-
together and watch it. How about
I
that?
would love.
right,
Anyway,
what's
There was one called Christmas Horror Story with William Shatner that I loved. It's up there, but.
all right, that's my number 3.
All right, my number 3 was on Hallmark in 2012, The Christmas Miracle Prince. I'm just kidding. It's not. What?
And that's for your wife stuff. That's the Hallmark fan, right?
Every year, so many. But no, my number 3 honestly surprised me when I put the list. Unlike Z, I had so many I had to limit. I'm like, they kept moving up. This one, 8-Bit Christmas.
I considered that. It's a good movie.
It's Neil Patrick Harris, and he just tells his kids a story of him going to try to get. Was it just the Nintendo?
The Super Nintendo. I think.
The Super Nintendo, and it takes place in the
Might be
80s.
Nintendo,
Him and his friends.
Must be the Nintendo if it's 8-bit.
You're right. It's Nintendo.
Okay,
8-bit,
Nintendo.
right.
So he goes out and he just tries to get the Nintendo, and it's like, it's so heartwarming at the end, has that, but just all that 80s tropes and him telling the story and the way the story changes. He's like, so we were riding our bikes, and it shows them all riding the bikes, and the daughter's like, wearing your helmets, right? He's like, yeah. Then all of a sudden, the memory, they all have helmets on. It's like, it's really good. It has that.
It's very similar. It's more of a modern Christmas story.
It is. It just
sort of thing, like where he wanted that red rifle, the rifle.
Yeah.
And this one, he wants a Nintendo, and he's trying to pull off anything he can do to get this Nintendo.
just like the biggest heist to
cute.
get everybody out of school and go get that Nintendo before it sells out. And it was a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
I never heard of it.
Oh, it's good. I think it was on, was it Netflix, was it? Or Apple TV? Or
It was on one of the
one of those
streaming
streaming
Sounds like a
services.
very new thing.
Yeah, last
then.
year I think was the
Was it
first
last year?
Last
No,
year,
it
year
was
before.
2 years
Was it 2
ago,
years
yeah.
ago? Either last year or year before.
Okay,
but-
I have not seen that. That sounds cute.
Yeah, it was good. I liked it.
My number 3 is the newest one to come out. Mine came out last year, and I love it.
I know what it is.
And that
Good
is Spirited.
afternoon.
Good afternoon. If anything, I put good afternoon in all of our vocabulary.
Yes.
I don't care. The Christmas Carol to me gets a little overdone, like I said,
agree.
overdone. I've always liked Scrooged to some degree with Bill Murray, but I can't watch that with my family for a lot of parts of it and stuff. And I pick movies based on, hey, these are movies we're going to watch every year, and we will watch this every year. We've already watched it. We watched it on Black Friday. Spirited. I love it. I like the music. I'm a big fan of musicals. It's done by, I think, the same people that did Greatest Showman.
Right.
Oh, yeah, you can tell that.
Yeah, I'm just amused by the whole thing. Ryan Reynolds is playing Ryan Reynolds. That's fine, but it's Will Ferrell who makes that movie. Does a really good job.
I'm like you. I was over Christmas carols. Like, okay, another one. All right, another one. But this is different.
You didn't like it as much.
I liked it all right.
He was like-
You thought it was too long of a... You said the ending was too long. Because they sang a song, then they sang another
Yeah,
song.
they kind of dragged
then
it
they sang another
out,
song.
Carnival
Yeah.
Cruise Line style. Yeah.
He was
But
like,
I was like, yes! I was so excited.
it was like Cabin in the Woods meets Christmas Carol or something. I don't know. It was really.
All right, anyway, that's my number... That's my number 3.
All right, my number 2.
Back to horror.
No, you guys mentioned it already. Both of you said it, I think. Scrooged.
Okay,
number
yeah.
two.
I can see you liking
yeah.
Scrooge.
Yeah, I like that one. And but again, neither one of mine so far. My number 1 is, but my number 3 and my number 2 are not what you're describing. This like traditional, like not even traditional as in the way it's made. I mean like a tradition to watch.
Scrooge is a little schmaltzy at parts. But
It
not,
is.
But not much. Anytime you get schmaltzy, the Ghost of Christmas Present smacks him in the face.
Oh, I
Sure,
love
yeah.
that. I see her in other movies now, and she's always that character to me. She'll be in some random movie, and it was like,
Just wait for her to smack someone in
I was
the
like,
face.
and there it is. It's so
Yeah,
good.
so that one's
Yeah.
funny. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's kind of that same story, like you guys
Yeah.
are saying, but obviously for adults with that Bill Murray doing a really good job being Bill Murray in that one. It's
Right.
like for me, I think that
Yeah,
might
he's
be
like
my
peak Bill Murray right
yeah.
there.
It's like my
He really is.
quintessential Bill Murray movie. I think is Scrooged. So
He breaks the fourth wall at the end. Like,
Yeah.
everyone in the theater, join us in singing or something like that.
yeah.
We staple the reindeer horns on the mouse or something. There's so many good lines.
There's
in
a
that.
lot of good stuff in there.
It's- yeah,
I haven't
I
seen it in
enjoy
a
it.
long time, actually, because again, it's not a traditional for me
Yeah,
to
I like
watch
that.
it. But yeah, I like that one. Scrooged is fun.
Yeah. All right. So my number 2 is, I love this one. It's National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I mean, every time I see Christmas lights going up, there's so many things that happen on the holidays. You're like,
He
that's
said
there.
yesterday, I'm plugging in the lights, and he's like, here we go.
I go, it's going to be a Lampoon. I was hoping for everything just to go dark. It's
What is
really,
wrong with you?
I don't know. It's a Lampoon moment. I mean, Cousin Eddie getting brought in. There's so many good moments in that. And I was a bad parent. I did show my daughter, who's 6, because did fast forward a lot. But I really enjoy it. Chevy Chase, that's when he was in his prime. That's when he was really hitting his stride.
Right.
And the Christmas Vacation, so many great moments in that. That's
Oh,
my
Randy
number 2.
Quaid. Yes.
Randy Quaid, yes. Yeah. So
Yeah, that
yes.
movie killed. I mean, I know a lot of people like the National Lampoon's Vacation.
Vegas?
It is, well, no, Vegas is its own thing. Vegas has a few good moments, but no, the first vacation one, I like Christmas better. The Christmas one better.
Was Family first? Wally World?
Yeah, Wally World was first, and
Okay.
I think Christmas was second. I think then there's Vegas, then there's Europe, and then it's just whatever.
Oh, Europe was rough. Yeah.
My number 2 is a cartoon. This one's fairly recent that got very schmaltzy, but it was just great. I love it, and that's Claus. As soon as I saw Claus, it was like instant
Yeah.
classic for me. So this is the
Yeah.
this is the story of how Santa Claus becomes Santa Claus, essentially.
Yep.
And the main star of this is Jason Schwartzman, who I
Yes.
would not pick to be like who was like Christmas movie? Jason Schwartzman.
Sure.
It's just such an odd choice.
Yeah.
For when I first was watching, I thought it was David Spade for a while with the acting, but it's about a postman who goes to a town and tries to make people believe. He creates the whole story of Christmas, and it becomes a thing.
Right.
It's really well done.
It's also very hard to watch though because it's super sad.
No, it's sad, but it has a good ending.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all, and I mean, it's a very well done movie, incredibly well animated. It's kind of the main character, the postman there is kind of annoying.
Well, he's
in
meant to be that way, right?
He is. He's like in a Cusco in what's that movie?
Oh, Emperor's New Groove?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
It's
was
like
played by David Spade. So
Yes, yeah.
It's the
It's
same kind of
that.
good
It's sort
voice.
of that same annoying character. the Santa, the claws part is wonderful, incredibly well done.
That's J.K. Simmons is playing that one.
Yeah, you can.
Is
He's
he
got
really?
that voice. He's got that great voice. But
Invincible.
yeah, that movie's like heart wrenching, man. I was like, ugh, oh. I enjoyed it the one time I saw it. I don't want to see it again. I'm gonna
We
be
watch it
crying
at Christmas.
over here.
That's
Okay.
I love Claus.
Oof.
All right,
Are we at number ones?
we're at number
Number
one.
one.
My number one is the one that is actually something I would see myself seeing every year.
Christmas Story.
No, Christmas Story's fine. This is the Muppets Christmas Carol.
Oh,
He's got
yeah.
Eric Summer happy. That's his number one.
This is
The
good.
Muppet Christmas Carol is great, and again, it gives me that. It feels like a classic. It's got that humor in it from the Muppets. It's also the traditional story. It's the one that feels the least, or like the most repeatable, I guess. The one that is the most digestible. I put that on, and I feel like, okay, it's Christmas. I can watch it every year. It doesn't age out. The funny bits are still funny. It's
Yeah.
cute. It's there's enough in it that you'll forget little moments and see him again and go, the rat fell in the chimney or whatever.
You know what they said? They said that Michael Caine did that whole movie straight, as if there was no Muppets, which I think is interesting. Like he's not silly, like once.
Right.
So that kind of elevates it, maybe.
I think it's very well done.
Because
Yeah.
usually in the Muppet movies, even the humans are kind of moronic.
Right.
Sometimes
Yes.
more so than the
sort
Muppets.
of play with the Muppets, yeah. But the Muppet Christmas Carol it's also one of the best, if not the best, Muppet movie, I think.
I agree.
So I really like that one. That's my number one.
I love the.
It's a warm blanket
I
movie,
love
yes.
the caper.
The caper.
And Treasure Island is also good.
The one they're in the wait, was the post office? Yeah, they're trying to mail to Santa in the Christmas Carol. Yeah, it's the new Haunted Mansion was good too. Muppet.
No one likes that.
It's got the guy from.
I
liked
really
it.
dislike that.
Really?
Anyway, yeah, because half the Muppets aren't in it. Kermit shows up on a video call.
He does.
Which one's that?
The Muppet Haunted Mansion.
I don't think I've seen it.
Got who's the main actor in that? The guy who
Eddie
was
Murphy.
Job Bluth.
Joe Blue from.
Whatever his
He was
name
Batman from Lego Batman.
is. Anyhow,
Oh,
I'm going to try to guess your number one. Let me see. Is it Elf?
Oh, you're gonna hate this one. This is one I've watched every Christmas Eve, and even my older daughter now, she watches it up there, and it's Die Hard. I'm telling you, I love. You guys are gonna make fun. I had no idea Sam likes this so much, but
Your daughter is.
yeah. Oh, she's watched it too, and she's watched this every year to where even she watches Harry Potter this year, and she sees him come in. She goes like, "I know him." And we're like, "Yeah." Gets pushed out of the tower every year. And
Oh!
What is wrong with you?
I know. I'm like,
Oh my goodness.
I don't know why.
Dice Hard is not endorsed showing young children Die Hard.
I fast forward a lot. Cover eyes, ears. But
What? Did she watch it with earmuffs on?
we have the edited version where he says Mr. Falcon. Yippee-ki-yay, Mr. Falcon. So she just think that's what he says.
You have that exist?
We
You have
do.
that?
We do. Yippee-ki-yay, Mr. Falcon. So it's great. So she just thinks those are the words.
Is someone in the movie named Falcon?
No. She doesn't ask any questions. So.
Oh man, now it's as good as Good Afternoon. I don't remember that, Mr. Falcon.
All right, what do you got?
Oh, yeah, that's it.
Oh, that's me. Well, my number one, no one's gonna pick because I will watch we watch this every year.
How old is it?
I don't know, 8 years maybe. No, you wouldn't know it because it's like a TV movie type thing.
Oh, yes, I know what
It's a
yours
Christmas
is.
Carol goes wrong, which
Really good.
I really love. I watch
Goes
all.
Wrong. I don't know
watch
that one.
all the Goes Wrong Christmas specials, if I can, because they're not always all available on streaming at any given point. They've done 4. There's Peter Pan Goes Wrong, but that's not very Christmassy. It's just Peter
No.
Pan. And then Christmas Carol Goes Wrong, which is hilarious. Basically, have you ever seen that Goes Wrong show?
Yeah, it's like a theater.
Yeah.
It's like supposed to be a stage play where
Yes.
things are going awry,
Yes.
and they do it for Christmas Carol.
Yeah. So in this one,
So good.
they come in. There's like some actual famous British people about to put on a Christmas Carol, and they chloroform them all, and then they're like, "We're gonna do it," they're arguing over who gets to play Scrooge. So there's multiple people playing Scrooge at any given point.
Got it.
The one guy can't remember his lines, so they're written over like the entire
Everywhere in the
set.
back, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I just the whole thing, and at the end they're like, they try to do that whole, it's Christmas, and they run to the local store. I don't want to spoil all the jokes, but it's really funny.
It's really
Never
this-
seen it.
This is my first one to watch because you mentioned it. I watched it last year. I loved it, and it sent me down the Goes Wrong rabbit hole.
I
And
love
it's-
Goes Wrong. It's my favorite TV
It's
show.
really good.
I'm just sad that there's only 2 seasons of it.
I've seen a bit of it. I need to watch more of it.
You would like it, especially because of your drama background.
I would like
you
to
would
see it
definitely
I like
live,
what I saw.
think.
Yeah.
I think I would like to see it live more.
Oh gosh, yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, it's like in New York, I think. I'm just not going up there. If it ever comes to Miami, though, you know, but
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, that's good.
there's a lot. Someone says it's not as good as Peter Pan Goes Wrong. I agree. Peter Pan Goes Wrong is better. It's just not as Christmas. Just because it
Right.
happens at Christmas. It's the Christmas special. But there's really nothing Christmassy about it.
Yeah.
Did you see the Peter Pan one?
No, I did not see that one. It's really good.
It's amazing. And it borders the line, but the Nativity one makes me laugh so much. Did you see that one?
I did not.
Okay.
The piano one, I
Did
remember.
you see the Christmas one where they
Yeah.
came down the chimney and the one elf got stuck in the chimney?
Oh, I love that one.
And then they started the fire.
It's like, I'm still here. It's so good. It was.
What?
Like 2 elves come down, one got stuck in the chimney and couldn't come out. And then the next thing they have to do a choreographed dance. So the one elf is doing all the stuff.
Got it
without
by
doing first
himself,
there,
right,
and at
right.
one point they forget, they start the fire.
It's so funny.
Oh,
yeah,
my
it's
goodness.
really good.
All right. All right. That sounds good. I like it.
Anyway, those are our top 3 Christmas movies. Let's go on.
Hi, I'm Anne from Game Like a Mother. I specialize in games that can be played in 20 minutes or less, and I love a good family level card game. And with the holidays coming up, that can be a staple for family get-togethers, and one that I would highly recommend that works well for younger ages to older and people who have played a lot of games and not as many is Gatama. And if the name sounds familiar, it's because there's a whole pop culture thing around Gatama, the lazy egg. If you type that into the internet, you will get a lot of merch. There's a lot of lazy egg merch out there, and it's really cute and fun, and it's a very fun part of this game. There is a standard version of this card game, and there is also a holiday edition, and they all feature just pretty adorable illustrations of the lazy egg, which younger kids are going to really love, and older family members might say, what is this? What is this exactly? And you'll get to explain. But the gameplay itself is simple and fun. It's basically a take off the old game Cucumber, where you are trying to end each round not with the highest card. And you collect points if you have the highest card. So you have a hand of cards each round, and the trick is when somebody plays a card out, you have to play the same number or higher. So the cards are from 1 to 14. If somebody plays a 7 out, and the next person plays a 10 on that, the person after that has to be able to play a 10 or higher, and if they can't do that, then they have to play their lowest card, which is bad because then it gets to the end of the round and everybody plays their final cards, and whoever has the highest card gets that many points for that round, and you play until 21 points, and then whoever has the least points is the winner. And if you think to yourself, this seems like it has a fair bit of luck involved, it does, which is great if you're playing with a range of ages and abilities for playing a card game, because you want people to have a chance of winning. If it's a highly strategic card game, your 7-year-old nephew is not likely going to do okay, and they're not going to enjoy themselves. So it's okay for there to be a fair amount of luck. However, there is an art to finessing your cards and finessing your hand. So if you like card games, you're still going to feel like, I've got interesting decisions, especially when you're leading. It really matters what you're getting rid of, what you think, your risk assessment of how many of your lower cards you should keep versus higher. Like, you want to just get rid of those middle cards most of the time because those are garbage. So there is a bit of an art to this, and it's great because it's 2 to 7 players. It plays great at higher player counts. That said, you can play 2-player, but it's not great, and I wouldn't recommend it. what you should play if you play this and somebody says, I really love this, but I want to play it 2-player, Taco Cat spelled backwards by Exploding Kittens is this same game, but a 2-player edition, and it works so well. It's just for 2 players, and it's slightly different. You're moving this Taco Cat back and forth on the board, depending on who won the previous hand, but there's an opportunity to discard some of the cards in your hand each round, where maybe you have cards where you're like, oh, this doesn't look so good. Middle cards are bad usually. So you discard a few of them and then get to draw new cards. There are some power plays you can do where you can play down cards in a run or cards of the same number, which is really valuable and can make you have more strategic options. So it's interesting. Everybody always says, oh, I think this game is just a lot of luck. And there is an element of luck, but there's an art to finessing your cards and figuring out how to play them well so that you do well. And people who play a lot of card games will kind of figure that out and enjoy that aspect of this game. So it's really approachable, but there's more that you can do there than you think at first. So that's it for me today. You can check out more of my content on my YouTube channel and my website. Thank you so much for having me on the show, and back to the folks in the studio.
Angela's there. Thank you for the super chat.
All right, so you said you don't watch a lot of Christmas movies.
Not if I can help it.
Okay. Do you watch? And you don't watch horror movies much either.
No, I don't.
So you don't particularly watch a movie because there's a holiday, because those are pretty much the 2 holidays people watch movies about.
That's true. No, and
Valentine's Day, I guess, but
I
know you're
actually
not
watch more. I probably watch more Christmas movies than I do scary movies during Halloween, because
Makes sense.
I really don't like scary movies. Whereas Christmas movies will just kind of like be on. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's in the ether. So you're like, all right, sure, I'll put it on.
Yeah.
So my question then is, though, about board games. So there's
Yeah.
some Christmas-themed board games. Half of them are Secret Santa type games.
Yes.
Right.
There's definitely horror-themed games for
Yes.
sure.
Yep.
Do you feel like you want to play them more in the season that the game it takes place in, or can you play them? I know you can play a game anytime, right? I'm not asking that, or do you prefer to play them in the season that the game comes out in?
I think for horror, no.
Right.
For Christmas, yeah.
I agree, because like Ghost Love Candy 2, our daughter liked, but now I'm like, well, we can't play it now. That one feels like you're trick or treating. It's not horror. It's like,
So that's
about
tied to the holiday.
it's tied to a
Yeah.
holiday. Yeah, I'm like, I guess we could, but
Yeah, that is true. That is a good distinction. Like a Cthulhu game.
right, it's horror.
It's not a Halloween game.
Yes.
But yes, about trick or treating, about putting candy in baskets. Those are about that. They're about Halloween. I think Christmas games, Christmas themed games, have even less wiggle room. They're about Christmas. Holly Jolly, the little card game's about Christmas.
Yep.
Christmas tree, whatever. So those
Is
feel
there
a
a
little
Christmas
bit.
game that's not about the holiday? I mean, I don't think there is, right?
A Christmas game.
I got Home Alone, but the Home Alone, again, I played it at Christmas a couple times, and that's it. So.
There's that Die Hard Nakatomi Plaza game.
Yep, and I keep waiting to play that at Christmas. But that one, again, you could probably play anytime.
Once.
Or not play at all.
One.
No, once you played it, I feel like it plays the same way. It's a
I've
good
heard
game to
that.
play once, and then you're like, I've seen it. I like, there's not a lot of Christmas games, and most of them, I feel, are card games.
Right.
There's Christmas Tree, and they have that new worker placement game that Elf Creek Games just reprinted.
Oh yeah. That used to be out from Rio Grande. Santa's Workshop.
That's supposed to be on its way to us, so
Wonderful. Okay.
Oh, and then there's one, Gutentama, I guess, the card game. There's a Christmas version of that.
That's egg?
That's whatever. You know what I mean?
But I bought the Christmas version. I wish I wouldn't have, because now I feel weird playing that version anytime else with the lights. Although it's the exact same game.
that's
with a
true.
different
You can't. That's like those people who they have that statue in their house and they quick throw Santa Claus on it. Like
Right.
Christmas.
Yeah, it's
or like Patchwork Christmas Edition. It's like
right.
Ooh, dice throwing I'll play any time of year.
dice throw.
Krampus
Santa versus
one?
Krampus.
See, that's
Yeah.
that one for me is, and again,
I
I'm
agree.
saying the Halloween one's the one that I bend the rules for. But Christmas games, I actually do like playing around Christmas. So I think Santa versus Krampus, I got a copy finally. I think that'll come out for the holidays. Christmas Tree. The one I don't have a copy of that I do like for the season is Holly Jolly, that little 25th century card game. That's a great example of like a little stocking stuffer sized one. And it's a great example of a little card game that's about the holiday, very simple to play, and it's a perfect Christmas little thing, little trinket. Really like that.
Mike is correct. Mike said exit Advent. I'm actually going to start that. That starts tomorrow for me.
Oh, you already got
The
it?
exit Advent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to play that with my kids starting tomorrow. Got to play that in the morning.
Yes.
Because, I mean, even if you miss a day, you can play a couple in a row. We played a
Right.
couple in a row. But that's Christmas themed, and I like that a
Yeah.
lot. But again, I don't know that I would want to do an Advent calendar in July. You can.
Right. There's no reason
Nothing
you can't.
wrong with it.
Yeah.
It just would feel weird.
Right.
Are all the things Christmas themed in there, or are they
Well,
just
I've only
puzzles?
played one, and it was Christmas themed puzzles.
Okay.
I mean, it was. They went
story is
around the
Christmas.
world. It was
Okay.
Christmas. I mean, there was sometimes I was like, well, this is not very Christmassy. This one little story, but it was we were hunting for Santa.
Okay. All right.
The story, the setting, the story, every puzzle maybe isn't about that, but the theme, the setting is Christmas, yes.
That makes sense. I did play the Christmas holiday hijinks in June or July, just because I wanted to try it. It was weird playing it then. Yeah.
Well, anyway, short topic today, folks, but let us know in the comments what you think. Do you play Christmas games on like Christmas? There's a reason there's not a lot of them out there, because they don't sell. They'll
No.
sell like in November, December, and no one buys them the rest of the year, which
Right.
is not, you don't want to make a game people don't buy.
Right.
It's hard to sell a holiday-themed game. Unless,
Yeah, I think
again, it's
that-
hard because you can play it all year round.
I think some of the other holidays get a little more wiggle room. I think
They do.
Christmas ones don't. You think you're right. Nobody buys them any other time of year. Whereas, again, a horror game, even one kind of tied to the holiday, to Halloween,
See,
people sort of give it more wiggle room.
horror's perfect because you can play it throughout the year, but you want to play it around Halloween.
Yeah.
Like you will bring out Night Cage, you'll bring out whatever. It's like, we got to play something spooky.
Sure.
And now Terrascape, yeah.
Well, there you go, folks. That's it for another Board Game Smorgasbord. We'll see you back here at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time to play the next chapter in our RPG. What will happen? Will they live? Will they die?
Will we find a box?
That's what's on the table?
Who will die?
Oh, my
Who
goodness.
will die?
One character will die today. Tune in to find out. Until then, I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Joy Evans.
I'm Z Garcia.
See y'all.
Bye.